Hi cities, how are you doing? Welcome to Nanyacim. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, sweetheart, kindly smash the subscribe button, turn on the notifications so you get notified each time I upload, and please give this video a thumb up. I appreciate you all, and I want to say thank you so much for always coming back to watch my videos and subscribe. You all are the very best. So today we'll be talking about something that I saw on my feed. It just popped up on my feed, and I was like, whoa, I am definitely bringing this here because, like, I used to think it was crazy how they said things like this on TV, like, with no shame, and how it could, like, I don't know, but I think if people could say something like this on television, what about the ones they said behind, like, they actually said that did not, like, that is not being covered. And I also feel like nothing much has actually changed today. If you talk to some white people off camera, do you understand? And they kind of constantly fear a violence that only they have expressed. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. These people only want freedom from oppression. You know what? I am definitely going to roll this so we all can see how it all started and how it ended. So stay glued. Let me roll the clip.
Mrs. J.D. Milam, and I think this is the most ridiculous thing that has ever happened. The Negroes are just as free as we are. They have the same opportunity to work and to build their part of the town up just the same as we have. I just don't understand it and don't approve of it. I'm going to stand up for my right.
Thank you very much. Jim Knight with WALB Television News. We're soliciting the views of Albany people on the Civil Rights Bill. Would you like to give us your views?
Well, I think if they remain peaceful, it would be a lot better than perhaps the violence that would be concerned. Well, of course, being a Southerner, I'm not for it at all.
I see.
And I just don't know how it's going to turn out. I hope we don't have any trouble.
All right, so this is it. We are gonna get into the stitches and see what people are saying about this. So let's get into it.
Most ridiculous thing that has ever happened. And just as free.
My adopted parents were children when this happened. So all you naysayers who say that was ancient history, this was literally within my parents' lifetime. This mindset is dangerous and still exists prevalently to this day. Less than 30 years before I was born. Do not tell me this is ancient history.
Of course, it is not ancient. How can it be ancient history? Of course, this is of recent. I think the fact that people still think this way is something that, like, that I am so scared of. Really, for the fact that some people think this way. I mean, no shame. But then it is what it is. Anyway, sorry for cutting you short. I don't know when I even started talking, but then let's get into it and continue, please.
The views of Albany people on the Civil Rights Bill. Would you like to give us your views?
So you finally get to see the history of my city, Albany, Georgia. This is where I was born. This is where I'm from. What you just seen is everything that happened during the civil rights time in this city. And I can tell you this much. Living in this place for as long as I have is not fair to black people. And they try to make it seem like all of these white races that wasn't down for desegregation just disappeared. They still here. They money laundering. All these businesses that just stand up, all these buildings with nothing going on. It's just a bunch of white people having meetings. They have meetings downtown all by themselves, no black people present. And I swore I seen the KKK one time. And in the middle of our downtown, you have the Ku Klux Klan meeting building. Welcome to Albany. It ain't it.
Same opportunity to work and to build their part of the.
So if you have a chance, go back and watch that video clip in full context. That woman was responding to her thoughts about the Civil Rights Act and Civil Rights Movement. But that video could have been recorded today. because there are many white people who still feel the same way that woman felt in the 1960s. And I'm posting this video so that all of the white trolls and the white denial list, the people who deny reality, can understand that black people aren't stupid. Slavery was a long time ago, but racism has been forever. And I need you to come to that reality because it's sitting in your face.
I want to say like 2 to 3 years ago on my Facebook, I made a post saying that like bachelor's and master's degree became useless once the black and brown population started getting them, right? And now I'm going to get my master's in law, and I am taking a class on discrimination, like employment discrimination. And I'm reading something about the Civil Rights Act of 1964, right? So remember there was a time when they were like refusing to hire black people and brown people in companies, whatever, you know, wherever, you know, like you had to work literally, if you wanted a job, you had to work literally in only blacks or whatever it was. I'm not 100% sure, but they weren't really, there were many companies that did not want to hire blacks or brown. And so in 1964, when they passed that law, obviously you're discriminating. So if your company has literally no black people working or no brown people working, then you obviously have a problem. Like somebody can bring up a lawsuit. Like if somebody applies who is black or brown and they didn't get hired, they can bring up a lawsuit against you. So guess what they did? They started dividing the jobs. So from best to worst. So when they were hiring blacks and browns, they were giving the worst jobs to the browns and the blacks. And guess what? So the other departments, right? So like let's say the worst department was like the maintenance department. The highest paying job at the maintenance department was still less than the least paying job in the other departments. Did you understand me? Are you following? Okay, so check this out, right? So somebody brought a claim once about that. I think it was a Duke versus anyways, I'm not even gonna get into that, but this person was like, why is it that you guys are only hiring blacks and browns for these awful jobs, and we know that even the highest paying job here is the least paying job compared to the lowest paying job in your other departments? I mean, or yeah, I said it right. Anyways, I'm running out of time, but anyways, so they were like, all right, so guess what, now if you want to advance to a different department, you need a high school diploma. And you know the minorities didn't have high school diplomas. Most of them needed to work. Like they were poor. They didn't have high school diplomas. So guess what? Then after that, they started getting high school diplomas. So guess what they did after that? Oh no, you're gonna need a degree. You're gonna need to go to college. Yeah, just making it harder and harder for them. But now that it's easily attainable, an associate's, a bachelor's, a master's degree is very easily attainable, they mean shit. It's bullshit.
This is it for all the stitches. Like what the other man, there's someone that I want to pick up something from what he said and talk about it. He said slavery was long ago, and there is still modern slavery going on. It's not like it's happened, but then for us, we all like believe that slavery, it was all over like a long time ago. But racism, I want to ask, will it ever stop? Because sometimes I sit down, I think about this, and like, I see what people are going through. I see people like, screaming, shouting, racism, like, front and back, because they are experiencing it. They are not screaming it because it is not happening, because they are experiencing it. That's why they are talking about it. That's why they are like, creating awareness, so people will know that it's still like it is still happening, and it's still alive. It is very much alive, right? And I want to ask, will this ever stop? because it's something like, I keep asking myself, will people someday like, sit back and say, like, I have been treating maybe a particular set of people, or I have been doing something that it's not nice to a particular person or a particular people, and I think it's time to, like, let go. It's time to be a better person. It's time to be, like, to be nice to people, because if you are nice and kind to people, I am sure we will not be talking about racism. If we see people like other people from other race as yourself, I am very sure that we will never be talking, like, we won't be talking about racism. So I am asking, is this ever gonna stop? Because the way it is going, the way I see, like, people put up so much energy on it, it looks like it's an ending thing, something that will never end. So let me know what you all think about this video, and in the comment section, and this is where I'm gonna call it a day. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.